Hey, this is Sasha. So thanks for joining me in today's video. And what we're going to talk about today is really a little bit about car loans and why you end up paying more when you get a car loan versus paying things in terms of outright. So stay tuned. I'm going to answer this question for you right now. All right, so here's kind of the big question. Hey, I went ahead 3 months ago, I bought a car which cost $24,000. I financed it at the dealership and put $2,500 down. Recently, I got a letter saying that I owe $29,000. I don't get it. Why is my $24,000 car purchase saying that I have to pay more? So basically, when you see these things like this, it's ultimately what's happening is that you are ending up paying for the loan. So think about what's happened here. You went ahead and you bought a car. So here is your car. You bought it for $24,000. Now, this is what you think. This is your purchase price. But remember, this is your car price. But it's not your total price. In the end, there's other factors involved on top of whatever else. So there might be title and document fees and dealer fees. So there's a lot of things involved there where things can jack up and increase the cost. But on top of that, if you took out a loan, which is what you're saying, if you took out a loan, there's a lot of additional fees beyond that. And it's probably where the bulk of the money is coming from, or the bulk of the increase in payments. So you didn't really think that they're just going to go ahead and say, hey, you can go ahead and have this car for free and we'll just keep waiting for your money. No. In order to have the time value of money, think of money as time, right? Time value of money. In order for them to make money on that, well, you went ahead and you borrowed money. Well, anytime you borrow money, let's say you give your friend $100. Well, hey, wouldn't it be nice if he gave you 110 back a month or two later? Yeah, and that's what's happening is you're borrowing $24,000 or whatever the case is. Maybe it's $22,000 if you put a down payment on it. But you're borrowing money, and when you're borrowing money, you have to pay a fee for that. And what they do is every time you pay that loan, let's say you're paying $600 a month, well, part of that goes to your actual principal, which is your car. It actually goes towards the car. And part of that goes to the interest that you owe, or the fees. Okay, so you have to cover the fees. And where do you think the bulk of that money goes first? Okay, at the beginning, most of it's going to go to here. You might have, let's just use it for conversation's sake, an 80-20 split where 80% of the money that you're paying off, you're just paying off the interest and the fees first because they want their money first. Then you'll be on the hook to actually pay for the car. So that's the way it works, is that anytime you're taking out a loan or debt, in these cases, this is called or considered bad debt. When you're doing something like this, you're going to end up paying more. And that's just because you're borrowing money to purchase something. Now, if you're borrowing money to invest in a business, borrowing money to maybe buy a house or invest in your education, that's a little bit more smarter debt. When you're doing a car, I've seen a lot of these things where people are underwater in their car. They go ahead and maybe they buy a $50,000 car. And the issue is they, this is the car they want. And then they already have $5,000 in debt. So they go ahead and refinance this. And now they take out a loan for $55,000. And they're okay with that. And the reason they're okay with that is, well, their current monthly payments are maybe $760. And by doing this loan and getting a new car, hey, I could get a new car. And hey, my monthly payment now is $825. So that's not too bad. I could afford an extra, $50, $60 to pay for that. Now I got a new car. And people just look at the monthly. They don't look at the total. So if I was to tell you, hey, your total is $29,000 instead of $24,000, would you be willing to make the same deal, or would you put a bigger down payment? Okay, maybe you would have chosen a whole different car in that case. So that's what people don't get, and they get underwater, that eventually these fees start to add up and rack up, and if you're late and so on, where this car value, this $24,000 value, this car value actually might eventually be only $12,000, but you owe still $16,000. Think about it. You owe more than what the car is worth, and that's called and considered being undervalued or underwater on your loan and car. All right, so I hope that helps and gives you some things to think about as you go in and purchase a car. Ultimately, a car loan is kind of a bad decision unless you're really making some smart choices with the money that you're using that you're not putting there. Or if you can pay it off very quickly, that's the way to go. Most people, watch your cars because a lot of people get underwater on their car loans and have problems. Now, I do have some cheat sheets and freebies that you could check out. Specifically, we're getting some more on about cars and car purchasing. So check out the freebies section over here, the getting started section over there as well on my website, MyLittleNestEgg.com. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Grab those freebies by clicking the link right here. There's also some mini video courses we're working on in little series all about personal finance, how to work with your money, and learn more about investments as well. So you can go ahead and get them by clicking the link here, or don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel with this link right there. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.